In this video we'll be looking at the process of comparing two amounts as a ratio. Now that's the kind of strategy that you might often find yourself involved in when you're doing some cooking and you're having to, say, make a pastry and you're having to mix fat and flour and you're trying to roughly estimate how much flour you should use in proportion to fat. In a different context, in construction, if you're making up a mortar, you're having to mix cement and sand. You may be having to decide how many shovelfuls of cement to use with a certain amount of sand, or in mixing liquids to make up a drink, for example, a large amount of orange squash. You might need to work out how much concentrated fruit squash you need to mix with water. So in these next few slides we're going to have a look at a range of practical examples where we are comparing two amounts as a ratio. In this first example we're told that we have 500 ml of antifreeze, which is mixed with 1500 ml of water, and we are asked to find the ratio of antifreeze to water. Now when we write out questions of this sort, it's important to present the information in the order in which it's presented in the question. So we write down the amount of antifreeze first, which is 500 ml, and then we compare that to the amount of water, which in this case is 1500 ml. Now in comparing these two numbers, we need to try to simplify them in some way, and this process is similar to the work on fractions we did a few weeks ago, where we cancelled numbers down. In this case we can cancel each number down by 100, so if we divide by 100 there we get 5, and then if we divide by 100 here we get 15. Now these two numbers will cancel down a little bit further because each is divisible by 5, so 5s into 5 is 1, 5s into 15 is 3. So in this case the ratio of antifreeze to water is 1 to 3, which means we use 3 times as much water as antifreeze. In this second example we're told that we have 150 grams of wholemeal flour, which is mixed with 600 grams of white flour to make a loaf of bread. And we're asked to work out the ratio of wholemeal to white flour. So again, we need to remember to present the information in the same order as in the question. So we start off with the amount of wholemeal flour, which is 150 ml, and then we're asked to compare that to the amount of white flour, which is 600 ml. So when we look at these two numbers, we could see that we could cancel down by 10 first of all, which would take that one down to 15, and cancel down by 10 again, and we get 60. Now we can cancel down a bit further because each number can be divided by 5, so 5s into 15 is 3, 5s into 60 is 12. Now these two numbers can cancel down a little bit further, so we divide by 3 there and we get 1 there, and we divide by 3 there and we get 4. So the ratio of wholemeal flour is 1 to 4. So we use 4 times as much white flour as wholemeal flour. In this last example we're told that on a college course there are 24 male students and 16 female students, and we're asked to compare those two numbers so that we work out the ratio of male to female students, men to women. So again, we present the information in the same order, so we start off with number of male students, which is 24, and we compare that number to 16. So we've got male and female. Now, looking at these two numbers, we could see that we could simplify them by halving them first of all. So we would end up with 12 and 8. Then we could halve them again, and we'd get 6 and 4. And then we could halve them again. So in this case, the process of cancelling down is a sequence of halving. So we end up with the ratio of 3 to 2. So the ratio of male students to female students is 3 to 2.